The world's major economies and smaller economies are about to meet in Copenhagen to talk about restricting carbon emissions. The U.S. is usually seen as the leader here. If the U.S. restricts its emissions, everyone will follow. That's not true. The leader, actually, in emissions is China. And the main reason that China is the global leader in emissions is coal. There are a lot of misconceptions about carbon emissions and about China's role in the world. And I wrote a paper called 10 Things About China and Climate Change. It's short, it's easy to read, trying to dispel some of those misconceptions. Most of the misconceptions and most of the problem boil down to Chinese coal use. China's coal use in the last 10 years has tripled. We know that China has a lot of people. It has about 20% of the world's population, but it consumes 40% of the world's coal. 20 years from now, China will probably consume more than half the world's coal. Unless we clean up Chinese coal use, everything else that happens in Copenhagen doesn't matter. You may even get people talking about climate change who aren't serious about it. And the way to understand that is, if they talk about China right at the beginning, if they talk about Chinese coal right at the beginning, they're serious. Because China is projected to account for more than half of the world's emissions over the next 20 years by itself. If they don't talk about China first, they don't talk about Chinese coal first, they're not serious about climate change. They may be serious about something else. They may be serious about transferring wealth to poorer countries. They may be serious about environmental issues, but they're not serious about climate change. The center of the conference in Copenhagen should be Chinese coal use. The solutions to the problem of carbon emissions, whatever you think their causes are, is going to be cleaning up Chinese coal use. And the paper 10 Things About China and Climate Change is a way to get people focused on what really is the global climate issue.